Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Greek vegan food preparation. Today, I thought I would make something simple and delicious. It's halva with semolina. Of course, as you can imagine by the word halva, well, it sounds kind of more Oriental, Turkish, or even further. I know that they make it also in Lebanon. Um, so we cannot really say it's Greek, but it doesn't matter. It's really delicious. It's really simple to make, and really easy. You just have to be careful in one at one point. I'll tell you which one, and the result is fantastic, and everybody loves it. So just remember the simple rule of 1, 2, 3, 4 for the ingredients. So it's 1 cup of olive oil, 2 cups of semolina, 3 cups of sugar. I personally like to put less, not more, because otherwise it's too sweet. And 4 cups of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also add some almonds or nuts or whatever kind of nuts you like. And to put raisins, and you season it with cinnamon. So, let me show you the ingredients. So here we go. It's really simple. From right to left, it's olive oil, semolina, sugar, and water. You will need 2 pots. In one pot, you'll put the 3, or I'm going to put less. I'm going to put 2.5 cups of sugar with the 4 cups of water. And on the other pan, you will put the 1 cup of olive oil and the 2 cups of semolina. So this is our water with the sugar. And this would be the oil with the semolina. So I'll use quite high heat, and I will stir that while I wait for the water with the sugar to boil until it has a nice brownish color. But you have to be careful. You really need to be on it and stir it all the time, because otherwise you risk to burn the semolina, which is something that you would not like. So this is the color you get at the end. It's a soft brownish color. That's the way you want it to be. By the way, our water is already boiling. So you need to turn off the heat in both compartments, because what we're about to do is going to be a little bit dangerous. So be very careful. Don't have any children around you. So what we need to do is pour this into this, but be extremely careful, as it will cause a big explosion. No, not an explosion, but you'll see the heat released by the mixing of those two is very important. So stand far from your 2 pans as far as possible. So the 2 pans away from the heat. Are you ready? You should be able to stir immediately after you do that. So stand away. Okay, and stir immediately. See, the heat released is just unbelievable. So don't worry, it seems like very watery right now, but this will get quite consistent in a bit. You see it immediately. The moment you stir, it already becomes less liquid than before. And you need to keep it away from the heat. And if you want to add some nuts or almonds, that would be the moment to do so. So I'm not even stirring for a minute, and this thing is already solid, way more solid, and it will get even more solid. So Yeah, you have to now let it rest for a bit. I don't know why we use this word because we're the ones doing all the work. I don't know why they have to rest for about a couple of minutes before we can put it in our receiver, which can be either a simple aluminum pan like this one or a cake receiver or whatever you want. So I did put some almonds and some nuts and a little bit of goji berries, which is not at all traditional, but I thought I should try it. And then as soon as it cools off a bit, I will garnish it with a little bit of cinnamon on the top. Now this thing, when it dries, when it cools off, it takes the shape of the receiver, so you can use it to get the shape that you want. If you want to make a good presentation of it, I don't care about the presentation this very moment, but it does take the form and shape. So, for historical reasons, I wanted to tell you that you can also prepare it with flour instead of semolina, or half and half semolina, half flour. And this is how my grandmother made it from my dad's side. He always tells me that. Like, oh, are you making halva? You know, your grandmother did it with flour instead of semolina, and I think it's always funny because he's repeating the same things again and again. But it is true. You can also use flour, and actually, flour becomes a little browner. It gives it another taste, a little bit more gelatinous texture. It's You can also try it if you're interested to explore more in this recipe. See, that was easy. It took like 5 minutes, just the time to boil the water with the sugar, and it was very easy. So, bon appetit. Bye. See you in the next episode.